Alright folks, John Rush here, Drive Radio, my wife Terry behind the camera. This is a review of the all-new 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Now, I say all-new because there's lots of things on the vehicle that they have changed. One thing you'll notice right up front, the grille. The grille is different, looks more like the old retro CJs, or retro like the old CJs I should say. The Sahara and the Rubicon both have LED lamps, which is really a cool feature. Really brightens things up at night compared to what they used to have. You'll notice they've got this neat, sort of the daytime running lamps, if you would, built into the side fenders, which, or I should say the fender flare themselves, which again is part of the fender. So again, very nice features that they've done on the new Jeeps. And the Rubicon Edition has the really cool looking hood, which I really like. Very masculine, I should say, or muscular look, I should say. Great approach and departure angles. Of course, the Rubicon comes locking diffs front and rear, 4-to-1 transfer case. This is the manual transmission, which ultimately gives you 84.2 to 1. The manual transmission is 77.2 to 1 on the crawl ratio. Locking or unlocking sway bars in the front, which is done like a manual transmission with a slider. Those are some technical things that I really won't get into. You can find out more about that by just researching more on Rubicon in general, because that's nothing new. They've had that for quite some time. So let's take a walk around the vehicle. You'll notice the now 33-inch tires that come on the Rubicon. It's standard the way this thing looks as far as the height. Standard with the rock guards. You'll notice the wheel package on this, again, standard for Rubicon. This does have the Sunrider fold-down soft top, and I won't do it right now because of the wind that we've got right now, but you basically unlatch the front. There's a couple of little things you do in the back, and the entire top, once you get the windows out, basically folds back down. Very easy. Actually, I watched the guys do it today, and literally you can have the top up and down in a matter of, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes max. Works very well. They've done square headlights, or round headlights, square taillights, gives it a great look. As we walk around the back, let me open up the back here for you. And they are no longer calling these JKs. As you'll notice back here, it's now the JL series. So the last JK, I believe, just rolled off the line a couple of days ago. This is now the JL series, and you'll notice on this two-door version, not a lot of room back here. So there's enough room to put some passengers in, a little bit of cargo space, but the one downside to the two-door is not a lot of cargo carrying capacity. So let me walk you around to the driver's side here. Let you look inside. They've done a lot of changes when it comes to the interior. I'll try to explain these as I can from behind the camera. As a matter of fact, I'll go around the other side real quick. Let me do this. I'll come around to this other side. Let me show you a few features that are different for the new Jeep, and it's a little easier out of the wind here. So, all new steering wheel, which is very much like the other, FCA products. Wipers on the side, push button start, which is now standard. This is the manual transmission. It's got the big Uconnect touchscreen right here, which is great. It's got the ability to do all of your assist buttons up on top. Garage door opener actually built into the visor, which they've never had in the past. Dual climate control, all of your things that are unique to Rubicon. Sway bar disconnects, auxiliary switches, your front and rear locking diffs, all of that is done down here. You've got your media ports over here. You've got a 12-volt port here, center console in the middle with some decent ample storage, locking glove box over here where if you got the top off and you want to lock a few things in. Nice leather apportionments throughout. Again, they've done a really nice job on this vehicle. And again, folks, with it being windy, I'll tell you, I'm just going to finish up the review right here instead of actually going back outside. So what I'm going to tell you is Rubicon, one of a kind. Jeep, literally, in this particular series especially, one of a kind. They have really a cult following is really the best way for me to explain what Jeep and Wrangler has. So in the last few years, they've built close to 200,000 units. As soon as this 2018 model year has been introduced, these things are selling like wildfire. In the first month or so of production, I believe they sold around 70,000 units already. That's how many of these they're actually producing so far. This is going to be a home run for Jeep. It always has been. It's very much a staple, and I believe is going to continue to be a staple. And I'll tell you what, right now, I've owned a lot of Wranglers in the past. I've owned CJs, I've owned the 2As, all the way back to the early days, I've owned Jeeps. And I'll tell you what, out of all the Jeeps I've driven and owned, I'll tell you right now, this one, so far, best one yet. So Jeep, home run. You did a fantastic job. This is a great vehicle if you want to go out and either do some, some sport activities, you want to go hunting, fishing, four-wheeling, you name it. This is the vehicle for you. And they make Wrangler in multiple different configurations. So you don't have to buy a full-bore Rubicon like this one. You can start off with the basic Jeep and build it up from there. That's the great thing about Jeep. So get out to your local Jeep dealer, test drive one, and when you do, tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.